Hello, I'm Debanjali Roy and this is my video on Introduction to Linguistics, where I'll be discussing about very basic yet key terms related to this field of study. Now, before we proceed to our discussion of the various issues and terms associated with linguistics, let's talk about what is linguistics. As has been unanimously agreed upon by social theorists and social scientists, linguistics is nothing but the science of the language, or rather, the study of the science of language, or scientifically studying a language. Now, when we say scientifically studying a language, what exactly do we mean by it? The first and foremost criteria or characteristic feature of a scientific study is objectivity in treatment. Now, when we say objectivity in treatment, we are looking at language as a system. So, looking at that system in an objective way lays the foundation to a linguistic study. Now, besides objectivity in treatment, we have to acknowledge the diversity in data and analyze the dynamicity of the language based on its interconnectedness. The basic branches of linguistics, or the major categories of the division on which linguistics as a field of study is divided into, are microlinguistics and macrolinguistics, where microlinguistics is concerned solely with the structures of the language system in itself and for itself. For example, phonetics, phonology, morphology, syntax, semantics, etc. And on the other hand, we have got macrolinguistics, which is concerned with broader perspectives like the way languages function in relation to the society and culture, application of the linguistic skills in practical areas, for example, computational linguistics, psycholinguistics, neurolinguistics, and most importantly, applied linguistics. When we talk about linguistics, a name that we cannot do without is Ferdinand de Saussure, a pioneer in the field of structuralist linguistics and semiotics. A Swiss linguist who basically changed the way we look at language or attempt a language or rather we attempt a linguistic analysis. His book, A Course in General Linguistics, was posthumously published in 1916, and it contained the very basic ideas or the key ideas that Saussure His book, A Course in General Linguistics, was posthumously published in 1916, and interestingly, this book contains his ideas about the relationship between speech or utterance and language. Saussure was one of the pioneer workers in the field of linguistic analysis, where he viewed language as a system of interconnected units, and most importantly, he was one of the first linguists to shift the historical analysis to a non-historical linguistic analysis, which he later termed as from a diachronic analysis to a synchronic analysis. The basic ideas of Saussurean linguistics rests on the, since this is a very introductory video, a very basic video, a video which discusses the key ideas of linguistics, yet on a, non-discursive scale. So here, if we are talking about the basic ideas of linguistics, the first thing that we have to keep in mind is language is a link between the idea and the sound. So when we talk about the idea, it's a thought which is there in our mind, and sound is the expression of that idea. Now, when we say that language is the associative link between the thought and the expression of the idea, or rather the idea and the sound, so we have to understand that it is inherently arbitrary and does not contain a fixed meaning, and the meaning of a linguistic sign is generated in relation to the structure or the context. Saussurean linguistics. Once again, we have got four components, Saussurean linguistics 1, 2, 3 and 4. Now, these are very basic discussions, and an elaborate discussion will be done later. The very first idea of Saussurean linguistics rests on treatment of language as a sign, where sign is composed of the signifier and the signified. Now these two components, signifier and signified, they are related to each other, where the signifier refers to the sound image, the expression, and the signified refers to the concept or the basic idea. So when we talk about the process of signification, we are looking at the relationship between signifier and signified, and this signification renders meaning to a language. The next idea that is explored in Sassorian linguistics is division of language into two systems, langue and parole. Langue is basically the grammatical system consisting of codes that underlie any linguistic expression. It's abstract in nature, whereas parole is a manifestation of that system in expression and application. It is concrete and diverse, and it basically uses those grammatical rules in an utterance. The third concept of Sassorian linguistics is how linguistic analysis is divided into two categories, synchronic and diachronic. I have been talking about it a while ago that Saussure was one of the first ones to focus more on synchronic as opposed to the conventional diachronic linguistic analysis. Now, diachronic analysis refers to a historical treatment of language which traces the evolution and the change of language through time. Now, synchronic linguistics or synchronic analysis of a language is descriptive in nature as it focuses at a particular time period. The fourth and the most important idea contained in Sassorian linguistics is a linguistic relationship, syntagmatic and paradigmatic, where syntagmatic relationship is a linear relationship. It's a relationship by association, and paradigmatic relationship is non-linear in nature, which is a relationship of substitution. Say for example, we have got a string of words, a string of sentences like I am eating, she is dancing, they are playing. Now in this case, if we look at these words, I am eating, so I is connected to am, which is connected to eating. So this construction of a sentence is based on a combination, on an associative relationship between these linguistic units, between these three linguistic units. So the entire meaning is generated when I plus am plus eating is placed in a proper order. Now look at the three sentences. I am eating, she is eating, they are eating. So I and she and they, we find that the pattern is same, but I is replaced by C, which in turn changes the entire structure, or rather changes the entire system. So what we realize is that these linguistic units are basically in a non-linear relationship, paradigmatic relationship. So this idea of syntagmatic and paradigmatic relationship is integral to our understanding of linguistics as well. So in this video, we talked about langue and parole, we talked about signified and signified, diachronic and synchronic analysis, and syntagmatic and paradigmatic relationship of linguistic units in a nutshell. So in the coming videos, we'll be talking about each of these units of Sassorian linguistics in detail. Thank you so much for watching.